Okay, so I have started the recording also. So this session will be recorded and it will be available to all the participants who have joined. And thank you for your patience. You all have waited for so long and we are really apologizing for the same. I'm not taking much of your time and I would like to go for the agenda. We would see that why we will use Teams, why it is really very important, uh, how we can build a collaborative classroom using Microsoft Teams. We'll also talk about some educator community, what are the benefits of it, and the comparative analysis between Teams, WebEx and GoToMeetings, Google Meet. There are other web applications are also available there. Okay. So Microsoft Teams is basically used for empowering everyone with Microsoft Teams. It also provides a shared workspace which enables teams to communicate without effort through chats across geographies, languages, and organizations, or we can say boundaries also. So teams are very dynamic. Members, roles, priorities, and goals can be changed in Microsoft Teams, which results in different communication needs. So we can say it is the hub for the teamwork, and we can see how it is the hub for the teamwork, wherein everyone will get connected through this application. Moving to my next slide. So Word has changed and Teams is the fastest growing application in Microsoft history. Now we can see that there are 20 plus million users are using Microsoft Teams on a daily basis. That's why we can say it is the fastest growing business application in Microsoft history. 500K organizations are using Teams nowadays, and 91 of top Fortune 100 companies are using Microsoft Teams. 44 languages are now supported here in Microsoft Teams. So we can see there are many features here available. That's why it is not a video conferencing tool. It is a complete hub for the teamwork, for the collaboration. Okay. Now, this is a platform to help students to develop their skills for their profession. Educators can come onto this platform and they can connect with their student to empower more and to achieve more. So what we are actually providing you in Microsoft Teams, we provide privacy and security controls for video conferences in Microsoft Teams. If we talk about meeting options, like you can see, there are various options are already given on the slide, right? So if we talk about the meeting options, with the help of it, you can decide that who from outside of your organization can join your meetings directly. I hope everyone has joined this meeting, right? And they can easily join it. But yes, there are some meeting options also. I'll show you how to change those meeting options. So maybe you should wait in the lobby for someone to let you in. So these kind of settings an organizer needs to do before any kind of meeting in Teams. Meeting organizers can also remove participants during the meeting also. Now, if we talk about roles in a team, so a meeting organizer can only define the roles in a team meeting that designate as a presenter and as an attendee. If I'll go in the people's pane, I can see there are many attendees here available right now, but there are only few presenters. So presenters can control which meeting participants are allowed to present content in the meeting. Like if we talk about it, if it is an official meeting for the staff, so everyone can share their screen to share their ideas with each other. If we are talking about attendee consent for recordings, so I have also started recording and everyone will receive a message once I start the recording that this meeting is being recorded. So this is a kind of a consent that we are taking a consent from each and everyone that this meeting is being recorded and it is used for the future purpose. Meeting recording access is also available as Microsoft Teams is a part of Office 365 only. It is a part of Office 365 suite of applications. So in the same way, MS Stream, Microsoft Stream is also an application which is available in Office 365 only. When we are doing any kind of meeting in Microsoft Teams, it will be recorded and it will be saved on the cloud. So where on the cloud? The place where your recording will get saved, it is the place which is already there in Office 365, which is Microsoft Stream. So recordings are uploaded to Microsoft Stream and can be shared and downloaded according to the permissions enabled by account administrator. Now, account administrators means those who have already organized the meetings. They can do the settings, they can download the recordings, and they can share it with anyone. In the same way, there are some channel moderations and controls also. So we are providing channel owners can moderate a channel conversations and control who is and not allowed to share content in a channel conversation. So these are basically privacy settings we are doing in Microsoft Teams when we are using it. I hope many of you are already using it in their campuses, in their schools, in their universities, right? So these many things are there in Microsoft Teams. Moving to my next slide. We protect your data, we protect your identity by giving you a unique email ID. So Teams will allow you, Teams has the ability to call where your users need, like your users needs a multi-factor authentication security. So you have to install multi-factor authentication, that is Microsoft authentication application in your mobile devices. So you can authenticate that you are the only person who is joined through your email ID. Like whenever we are, signing in to our Gmail, so we are always do a two-step verification process. We complete a two-step verification process wherein we always give our phone number, right? So whenever we try to log in onto our Gmail IDs also, it will send an OTP to our mobile numbers because we have already set a two-step verification. So when we received a OTP and OTP to our mobile phone, then only we will be able to get into the Gmail. So in the same way, we are also providing multi-factor authentication in Microsoft Teams. So people will secure their own email IDs, their own email accounts. In the same way, there are many more points like secure guest access is there, external access is there. So it totally depends on the administrator. Like if I'm talking about the secure guest access, so it will allows users to collaborate with individuals outside their organization, right? If I'm talking about external access, it also provides an authenticated connection to another organization, which will enable collaboration between the two organizations. So these kind of privacy policies are there in Microsoft Teams. So people are preferring Microsoft Teams rather than any other video conferencing tool. So this is not a video conferencing tool. It is the hub for the teamwork. So we can see now Microsoft Teams features. So we are here to build a collaborative classroom, and I'm only elaborating the educational license which is there available for educational institutes. So when any educator is starting a journey to transform their campus, to work, to collaborate with their colleagues, Teams is the best platform through which an educator do the conversations, can share their files, can do the callings, can schedule the meetings. It is a basically combination which gives everyone one place to get more done. So let's move into the Microsoft Teams now. So as I already said that this is the hub for the teamwork in Microsoft 365. So if I'm taking the first option which says meeting and calling, so Teams is there for everyone. It will also provide you powerful online meetings with video and screen sharing. It will also allow you to do chat and collaboration with the power of Office 365 applications. And it is fully customizable with the ability to create and integrate apps and workflows, which allows your organization that really relies on. So there are many more things in one single application. So we can see what we can do in Microsoft Teams. we can collaborate with people inside and outside your organization. So you can do one-to-one chat, you can do one-to-one chat, you can do group chat, you can do anything. And the best part is Microsoft uses persistent chat, means you can save your messages, right? I hope many of you have already used Skype also, but in Skype we cannot save our messages somewhere. Like, so for later on, if we want to use those messages or if we want to view, we cannot. But in Microsoft Teams, it allows you to save your messages, and it will save in a different place wherein you can anytime go to the settings and check what all messages you have already saved. So if you don't want to miss any kind of important message, you can always save that message. It will save the entire history of that message. If I'm talking about the co-authoring, so it will also allow you to co-authoring between the files and keep you always updated. So it will allow you to create documents. It will allow you to share and edit them together in Teams with your colleagues. It will also allow you to edit your files together in real time. That is the benefit of Microsoft Teams. Right. Now, if suppose I have already created a file and I have to share it with someone. So it might be possible that I'm sharing that particular file through email, right? Another person will receive my email and can edit that file and then send me another file. So this really makes a different copies of your file. So rather than making different copies of your file, what you can do, you can share a single document within your colleagues to do the real-time collaboration. It will save your time, it will save your efforts, and it will allow you to collaborate in real time and in the same file. It will save the version history. It shows you, this document will show you the version history always, like who has updated what. And this is really working out in many of the companies, like people are really using this feature while sharing a single file, and people are really getting benefited by this, by this option, which is there in Microsoft Teams. Okay. So now it will also allow you to organize team projects by channels. So I'll show you what channels are there or what teams. So, in a layman's language, if I am saying that what is a team, so team is a basically group of people. So here also you can create a team and you can add team members in your team, or you can add members in your team, I can say. Apart from that, if you have a different project, if you have a different topic, then you can add channels. So make sure that if you have a different projects, if you have a different topic, then you can always create different channels into your teams so that people will come or people will go into the specific channels to talk about that particular topic. So basically channels are basically meant for different topics, different conversations or different projects which you are having. Okay. So moving to my next slide. Participate in interactive online meetings is available in Microsoft Teams. You can do video chat, you can do audio chat, you can do one-to-one chat also. It can allow you to meet up with up to 250 internal and external participants, but this limit has been increased. Now this limit has been added, like 50 more participants you can add into 50, so it will now 300. You can also chat and share with team members who all are there. You can share your files also, right? It will also allow you to collaborate in real time on documents. You can discuss in any of your document, which is really important. If you have turned on your video, you can always use the blur option, or you can customize your background. So this is the latest feature in Microsoft Teams, that if you have turned on your video, you can always change your background. And now you can always customize your background also, because customization is recently updated feature which is there in Microsoft Teams. If you have Microsoft Teams, you can please try it out. You can change the background. You can turn on your webcam and keep the focus on you. So you can just change the background. Now there is a dial-in facility also, but that totally depends on you. If your company has an audio conferencing facility, then only you can use the dialing facility for your attendees. So you can always hold a team update or brainstorming session by doing a session, by scheduling a meeting with your colleagues. You can meet and you can collaborate wherever your files are, right? You can share them in your teams also. So it is accessible to each and everyone who is a part of your team. They can access your files, right? Because they are the part of your team. Anyone can deliver a training workshop also. So that can be done through the Microsoft Teams. Moving to my next slide. Teams are available for everyone. It is available for desktop, for mobile users, for web-based users. And if you are using Android or iPhone users, it is available for everyone. It is also available for tablet also. And you can see there are few browsers are also mentioned over here. Like you can use Edge browser, because Edge browser is having more compatibility with Windows 10. So you can use Edge browser, and you can or you can else use any other browser like Chrome or Safari or Firefox. You can also redefine your creative work by collaborating in real time. So as I already mentioned, that you can always share the single document with your colleagues and you can work in real time. You can always ask their inputs on the specific file, right? People are using different collaboration tools to manage their innovation projects, but only few are able to unlock the full value of innovation with separate systems. So Microsoft really provides you several useful team collaborations. So there are many more. Maybe in the next series, we are going to discuss what all tools are there. And whatever you do, everything is automatically saved in the cloud. So if you are working on a document, if you are collaborating with your colleagues on a single document, no need to take care of your document because it is already saved. Microsoft will take care of your document. It will automatically save that document onto the cloud. So that is the benefit of Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft products which are available in Office 365. Now herein you can see that there are things which you can do with Microsoft Teams. You can always engage attendees and participants in new ways. So there are multiple ways, right? There are 4 categories I have just mentioned, but yes, you can do many more things in Microsoft Teams. I have just mentioned few things like you can consume. How you can consume? What is the meaning of consume? So consume means you can integrate many more applications in Microsoft Teams, because there are around 250 plus applications available in Microsoft Teams, which you can use it, which you can really use it on a day-to-day basis for your work. So that's why it is written over here that integrate apps in Teams. There are many more. So I will show you what all applications are there which you can integrate, and it's really, really beneficial for you. Okay, now, yes, PowerPoint recordings are already there. So what you can do, what do you mean by PowerPoint recordings? It means that when you are using PowerPoint, you can do the recording also, right? In the previous versions, this facility is not there, but in Office 365, this is available. When you are using PowerPoint and you want to create your own video, or maybe you want to record something, right? Or maybe you want to record a YouTube with your voice, right? So that you can do in PowerPoint, because that has the capability, that has the facility in PowerPoint only, right? Yes, you can stream the videos also. You can easily record the sessions. It will be saved onto the cloud, onto the Microsoft Stream, and it will be available for you. If you want to give it to your attendees, your participants, you can always download it and share the link with others. There are many more things you can do. You can always create Sway. You can always create forms. You can always create a Wakelet and other applications. I hope many of you heard about Sway and forms. Like Sway is a presentation tool, and forms is basically used for surveys or making quizzes, right? And if you are creating a quiz, so self-grading is possible. So maybe in the next webinar, next virtual summit series, we will discuss about these applications, like how we can create and how we will get benefited by these applications, which is already there in Office 365. Okay, so there is a Wakelet also. I hope many of you have heard also, and so maybe I'm just going to elaborate you what is a Wakelet is. So Wakelet is basically a free platform which allows you to save, organize, and share content from across the web. So with Wakelet, you can save your contents in collections. Anyone can create their own login IDs. Like anyone can join the Wakelet, right? You just need to go to the browser and type in wakelet.com. You can register there, and after registering, you can do many more things. Like you can always save your resources over there, right? So there's a lot that could be gained from using Wakelet. The first is it can help you, like it can help students to develop their essential research skills. It can help students to achieve their learning goals without wasted time looking for the resources, because most of the time students are just looking for the resources they have saved in their devices, right? And it is really difficult for a human being that if we have a lot of data in our device, it is difficult for us to search for that data. So if you think that data is really important or resource is very important, you can always create a Wakelet and save that resource over there. So it is available, and it can also showcase students learning and allow them to present their work creatively. So these many benefits are there, and many more benefits are there. When you are working with Wakelet, they will make you an ambassador also. So if you want to become a Wakelet ambassador, we are going to take another virtual summit series wherein we are discussing about the Wakelet also, how to become a Wakelet ambassador, how to get the badge for that, how to get the certificate for that. So we are going to discuss all these things in our next series. I hope communication is understood by everyone. Because everyone is doing the communication, everyone is comfortable, like for chatting, for conversations, for Teams calls, and for audio video. So it is easy for everyone, right? Yes, you can collaborate with Microsoft Teams with the help of so many features which are already there. You can use OneNote, team files are there, Meet Now button is there. If you don't want to schedule any meeting, and if you really want to discuss a quick conversation, if you want to do with your colleague, you can quickly click on the Meet Now button and you can just connect with that, right? And yes, Whiteboard is again another application. So you can, yes, use it. It is already available in Office 365. Moving to my next slide, what will give you more to use Microsoft Teams? So enhancing meetings for classroom. So now it will allow you to get 7x7 window with 49 attendees at a time. Earlier, when people are using Microsoft Teams, they will be able to see only 4 participants at a time. It increases, and now 9 participants at a time we can see. But yes, in the mid of the July only, you will be able to see 49 participants at a time in a 7x7 window. So that is rolled out globally. So as soon as it will roll out in India, it will appear in our Microsoft Teams also. Yes, it will allow teachers also to start the meeting, because many of the educational institutes have already started Microsoft Teams due to this pandemic situation. Schools are closed, but yes, for educators, learning never stops. For students, learning never stops. So educators are working day and night to teach their students. And now this facility is there that whenever they schedule the classes with their students, once they start the class, only then the students will be able to come into their room, to come into their class. Now, this is a very important feature which is already there, a live captions. Sometimes it is really difficult for a student to get the voice of a teacher, right? Especially when we are now teaching, we are doing online teaching, right? So you can use live captions, so it is easily it is feasible for the students who are slow learners. They can easily focus on the live captions which are going on, and they can get the contents and they can easily get the topic. I have already elaborated this thing that recording is saved in Microsoft Streams. Automated meeting transcripts are available. That is an interesting thing which everyone can get. If you are using Microsoft Teams, you can record your session, and automatic transcripts are available for you. Once you provide the link to your attendees, you can always on this feature. It will allow you to generate automatic meeting transcripts in English language only, right? That is available for everyone. Custom background, I have already covered it, right? Yes, this is another feature. Chat and translation feature is there. So if you are doing chatting with the people who are in Europe, right, and you don't know the language, and if you received a message in Polski language, you can easily translate that language in English. So there are many more languages are available. There are around 40 plus languages are available wherein you can translate and you can just get the original thing. Custom background, yes, it is already there. Immersive reader facility is there again for the educational purpose. Announcements you can do in different channels. Announcements means when you are a part of many teams, many channels, and you have to do the announcement. So as an educator, you can choose the different classes, different teams, right? And different channels in those teams, and you can easily make an announcement. So this is basically for the organization. This is basically for an educational institute wherein teachers are connecting with their students via their unique email IDs, which is provided by the school only, by the university only, by the college only, and they can use this announcement feature. Moving to my next slide. Now, this is a very interesting thing because many of you are related to the research, related to the many of you are already teaching, right, their students. So this is already there. Turnitin. Turnitin is a different software. It is a text matching software. Many of you already know about it, but still, I'm just going to elaborate you in one line, right? It is a text matching software which really checks a student's written work against any electronic texts from the internet. If a student copies that text, it will automatically check that. So this facility is there, and it is provided by an external company. So Teams has already integrated Turnitin in Microsoft Teams, right? So Microsoft has already done wonderful things for the researchers also, for the university people also, right? So if so ever who is the administrator for your Microsoft Teams, he can easily go to the section and he can easily turn it on for everyone, right? So this kind of facility is already there. So Turnitin is again a cloud-based service which has functions, scanning for plagiarized contents, assigning grades to an academic works, and handling peer reviews between the students. So those who are a part of a university, they may use Microsoft Teams because integration is already there. There is an important tool, many of you have already heard about it, which is Urkund. So Urkund is a text matching tool which is intended to be used for monitoring again the plagiarism, primarily in academic submissions by the students. So that integration is also possible in Microsoft Teams. So as I already said, that Microsoft Teams will provide you more than 250 plus applications which you can integrate in Microsoft Teams rather going here and there. So rather jumping from one application to another application, you can easily integrate those applications in Teams itself, and you are there in Teams only. So moving to my next slide. So there are some tips while using Microsoft Teams. So these tips are like notifications. So notifications are already there. So if someone notify you with using @ sign, right? Mentioning is like tapping on the shoulder. So if you want to mention someone in Microsoft Teams also, you have to use @sign, right? And every notification will be received by the notifications in the activity tab only. So activity area is the place wherein it will notify the users by default, and it is highlighted in the activity area only. It will making it, it will make the users easy to find where the conversation is. So this kind of facility is already there. To simplify the conversations, you can always mention @sign. We are also using @sign in our WhatsApp groups also. If there is a WhatsApp group, we can always use @sign, and we can always mention some person who is there in the group. Okay, so now channels are already there. So channels are dedicated sections. When you are creating a team, you can create channels also. So teams are basically built with the channels only, and channels are dedicated sections within a team only to keep your conversations organized, right? By specific topics or projects or disciplines, whatever works for your team, you can create. So if an IT manager is there, he can create an IT team, and under IT team, he can create different channels, right? Different projects. In the same way, if someone is in the HR department, he can create an HR team, and related to HR work like onboarding staff members or relieving the staff members, right? So he can create different kind of channels over there to discuss about those particular topics. So team channels are the places where everyone on the team can openly have conversations. Private chats can be done. So private chats are also only visible to those people in the chat, right? So you can also create your private team. So private team is available in Microsoft Teams. If you think that there is a private conversation between 4 or 5 colleagues, you can always create your team. Moving to my next slide. So this is the Teams interface. And with the help of this Teams interface, you can see you can create your own team, right? You can create channels. Every team has different channels, and this is the hub for the communication. You can format your message. You can distribute handouts via class notebooks. You can set up assignments. You can review the grades also. So there are many more things. So class teams are basically provide special capabilities which are available for teaching and learning. You can start a discussion also with your students, and many more things can be done. You can anyways do the polling. You can, if you want to go outside and if you want to check the weather, you can always integrate weather application also. If you want to praise your team, you can always praise your team by integrating another application. So there are many more facilities. Okay. Moving to my next slide. So this is the Teams interface wherein you can find there are maximum of 350, 300 participants, right? You can schedule. So you can start a meeting. If you have a meeting, you can always start a meeting by clicking on new meeting. You can send the invites to the people. You can invite individuals also to the meeting, and you can start a meeting also. If I'm moving to my next slide, this Meet Now button is now visible. Earlier it was not there, but now it is visible, and you can easily find out that yes, Meet Now is already there besides the new meetings, and you can easily schedule this. You can easily, connect with anyone. Moving to my next slide, and this is the Teams interface. When you will join, there is a toolbar always, and what to do with this toolbar. So there are few icons which are always available, and this will really help for the organizer to turn on their videos, to turn on and off themselves, to share their screen. And there are 3 dots also, which we called as ellipses. And when we click on these ellipses, it will give you more and more options. right? So with the help of these three dots only, you can start the live captions, you can start the recording, you can change the device settings, and you can do many more things. You can even change the background also. Apart from this, there is a small icon which says this is chat window, so you can always start chats with your participants. And the people's pane is already there. So with the help of people's pane, we can easily find out who all are the participants available in the meeting. And there is a end meeting. So end meeting, I hope everyone knows, right? Moving to my next slide. And yes, this is really very important because many people really don't know. They know how to organize a meeting, but they really don't know how to schedule, how to set the meeting policies, how to manage the meeting before starting the meeting. So this is a place wherein you can go. So on the very right hand side, you can find that people's pane is there, right? And when you will click on this option, which is already there, which says manage meeting options, once it will take you to the browser. And once it will take you to the browser, I'll show you. Yeah, this screen will be available. It might be possible that it will ask you to enter your credentials of Office 365, right? So it will just take you to this page. And a very important thing, the lobby, so you can choose people in my, or if you choose everyone, it will allow everyone to come into your session, right, without your consent. But yes, very important thing is who can present. So only me is the option wherein you have to choose. If you will not choose, then by default it is everyone. So while taking meeting or while scheduling any kind of webinar, you really don't want that everyone can share their screen. Everyone can be an attendee, right? So if you are the presenter, you have to choose this option that only me, only you are the person who has to share their screen. Okay. So this is a very important step. Oops, I'm so sorry. Just a minute. I have to go back again. Okay. I'm moving to the end of the slides. Just a minute. Okay. Just give me a moment. I will again share my screen. So this meeting option is really very important. When you are organizing any kind of meeting, you have to always set this meeting before taking your sessions, right? Okay, so I hope now I can share my screen with everyone. It is available, right? Great. So this is very important, and very important thing for the educators is you can download the attendance also. So this attendance feature is the latest feature which is added in Microsoft Teams, and in the people's pane only, wherein you can see the manage meeting options, you will find a small download button which you can click and you can get the attendance list for your participants. So no need to take attendance for, like, when you are taking your class, when you are taking your lecture, no need to take attendance for your students. You can simply click on the button, so, and you will get the attendance. Okay. Now there are many more things over here. So I hope everyone knows what to do before the meeting, at start, during, and after. So I'll not take much of your time because everyone knows how to start the meeting. Everyone knows how to customize the background. Everyone knows how to mute all attendees, right? I have already elaborated how to start the recording and enabling live captions. During the meeting, yes, you can present your screen, and after the meeting, when your meeting has ended, you can export the attendance also, right? And you can just go to the question answers round. So this is a basic criteria which every organizer needs to follow basically. There are few things like what you can do before your class. So yes, you can always choose your class. You can always choose your channel wherein you want to schedule your meetings. This is specifically meant for educational purpose. So if a teacher wants to take class, teacher can always go to the subject channel. Okay. Now there are many more things like what students can do, because many of the educators have a question in their mind like what attendees can do and what a presenter can do. So presenter is having the full control, right? But attendee is having the less controls. Like attendee can only participate in meeting chat. So everyone can chat in the chat window. Like if you have any questions, you can write in the chat window also. Once I'll complete the session, I'll take your questions, right? So in the same way, participants can only move into the meeting chat. They can write, they can ask their queries. And if I have shared any of the file with them, they can view that, because if privately shared a file with any of the attendee, they can easily see that file. They can view that file. But yes, they cannot mute any other participants. They cannot remove participants. They cannot even admit people from the lobby, right? So there are many more things which attendee cannot do. So these kind of privacy policies are there. Yes, this is again for the educator who wants to take their classes online. So they can always upload their material in the class material folder. So basically class material folder is provided in Microsoft Teams only. You need not to create that folder. That folder is by default available in the files tab. And when you will upload, so the main function of this folder is when you will upload any kind of data, any kind of file, any kind of assignment into this folder, that file becomes the read only for the students. So you can always share pre-read materials for the students. And if you don't want that they edit your document, you can always push those documents into this folder. So this is already there in educational license only. Yes, this is a very basic thing. If anyone wants to, check their microphones, make a testing for the microphone, they can easily go to the settings, which is on the right-hand side of your Teams. On your profile icon, you can always change the profile icon also. You can change your picture, right? And there is an option settings wherein you can go and you can check. You can just make a test call to check your microphones. That's it. So it is a simple thing which every organizer needs to do. So as I said that this is a hub for everyone. This is the place wherein everyone gets connected through many of the applications. So these are the applications which are available in Office 365. No need to download these applications individually, right? Once you have Office 365 platform, you will be having all these office applications along with Power BI, OneNote, SharePoint, Microsoft Stream, Sway, Planner, Forms, many more. These are third-party applications, which I said that yes, there are 250 plus applications which you can integrate. So like Wakelet is there, like Kahoot is there, many more are there. And yes, of course, you can integrate OneNote, Flipgrid. So it is a complete hub through which you can be able to connect with everyone. There are some categories also. So if you see, there are categories wherein you can pick any of the categories. If you are related with the education field, you can always go to the education category by just selecting the store, which is available on the screen, right? There is a left navigation pane wherein on the left lower corner, you will find store icon, right? So click on the store from the web or laptop version of Teams to view what all applications are available in Teams. Right. Maybe it is possible that if some applications are blocked at your institution, you can find all the applications available for Teams here, because most of the institutions blocked some kind of applications over here. So it might not be possible for you as an individual to integrate each and every application, right? So you have to check that. But yes, there are many more applications are already there which you can integrate in Microsoft Teams. And yes, Microsoft Teams have already integrated AI using bots for Microsoft Teams to easily complete tasks like course polls, arrange meetings, and manage tasks. So these bots are already there in Microsoft Teams. this is really very, very important for an educator who is going to take classes, right? So now you can find that you can always find the insights also. So class insights are always available in Microsoft Teams. That will really save teachers time, as they have to track the students' academic progress, engagement in class activities. So once you have Microsoft Teams, you will be able to track the academic progress of each and every student, right? Like what kind of like what is the average grade for your class, whether they have submitted on time their assignments, right? What is the time for the feedback, like what all kind of insights are already available. So you just need to integrate insights application, and you will be able to get the insights for your class. And this is the best way to report about your students. Like if you want to if you want to create a report for your class, you can easily create it with the help of this insights application. You can easily add as a tab also in your class team channel, and class insights will collect different kind of data, like which is related to the grades, assignments turn in, communication, file collaboration, and creating an analytics dashboard, which will really show that data is actionable graphs and other visuals. So there are many more things, but yes, very important thing is students do not have access to class insights, only educators have. So if if I'm saying that yes, you are the educator, you have the access to this class insights, but if any student is there who is a part of your class, they won't be able to get the insights, right? Because this is specifically meant for the educators only. Okay, so moving quickly to my next slide, because there are many more things, and you can always, as I said, that Teams is already available for everyone, for mobile users also, whether you are using iOS or Android or Windows phone, right? So this kind of interface is available on phones and tablets. With the smaller screen size, Teams application adapts the interface, so it is still easy to use. It is not big our laptop is, but yes, it will adjust the interface of Microsoft Teams, and you still have access to your activity, chat, Teams, assignments, calendars, and more applications. Right, moving to my next slide quickly. Now you can see application bar is already there on the below side of your Microsoft app screen for your mobile. So you can see, you can quickly find out these many applications, these many tabs are already there. So no need to worry about that tabs are not visible at the top or maybe on the left navigation pane. Okay, so when you simply swipe up from the navigation bar to reveal the applications drawer, so here you have the access to more of the applications which are available within the Teams on the phone. So you can easily go through with any of the application, and you can easily share your screen also. You can always download Microsoft Teams from this URL. So if you don't know how to download it, you can always download it from teams.microsoft.com/downloads. So I'll write this into the chat window also. There are a few questions by the educators, by the students. So I'm just skipping this class slide because we have less time. Okay, so very important thing is Microsoft Educator Community. So from all over the world, faculties gets connected with the educator community. It is focused learning environment where educators can keep themselves updated by doing different courses, asking queries, getting resources, and earning the certificates. So if you really want to earn the certificate, I'll give you the achievement code in my next virtual summit series, right? Till that time, there are some prerequisites to join this educator community, which I'm going to explain you. After this session, I'm going to write in the chat window also, like how to create or how to get into this educator community and how to be a part of this community, right? And there are many more things. So once I'll go through with the presentation, I'll let you know. Okay. There are some parts like educator center. In the educator community, yes, this is the place where teachers can take self-paced online courses. Teacher training packs are also available, and this is basically meant for the face-to-face trainings or for the comprehensive trainings curriculum. If you want any kind of curriculum, then yes, you can always go to the teachers training pack. So URL is already mentioned over here, which is education.microsoft.com. And when it's time to invest in deeper professional learning, I would say educators can take free self-paced courses on this educator community, right? Which we call it as an MEC. So it will allow you, or it will give you the personalized professional development. It provides you a range of courses and resources, and which will allow you to get the badges, get the points. So as an educator, you have to complete the course. Once you complete the course, you will earn the points and you will get the badge. And very important thing is you will get the Microsoft Innovative Educator certifications also. So I'm going to show you how you will get all these certifications. Yes, but very important thing is when you are doing a course, you have to go through with an assessment. I would say yes, there is a test after each and every course, so don't worry. Don't worry about the test, right? Only passing percentage will be 80%. So if you are doing course properly, you will automatically get 80%, right? And once you receive 80%, yes, you will be getting your badge and points. If suppose you won't be able to clear that exam, so don't worry about it. It is not mentioning anywhere that you are applying 2 times or 3 times, right? You can always complete the course and you can always reapply for the test. That is really very, very important for the educators, since it is a learning path for educators. So when you are doing the courses, some suggested learning paths are also compiled for each learner to deepen knowledge and encourage their continued learning. So you can always try to find out what learning paths are suggested by the educator community, and you can always prefer those courses. Moving to my next slide, yes, these are new courses are always updated onto this community. And know more about the technology, to know more about classes, like how to take classes, how to take classes in an innovative way. What are the learning paths which will really help you to keep track of all the expertise you are developing. So as I said that yes, when you are an educator and you have to use innovative learning teaching methodologies, when you have to use 21st century skills or 21st century criteria, like what to use, what not to use, how to use, what kind of resources are there. So this is a one place wherein you will get all the resources by just be a member of this community. Moving to my next slide, yes, once you complete your course, once you clear the examination, it will show you your badges. So your profile will look like this only, that you have completed these many courses, right? And it will also show you, if you really wanted to click on any of the certificate or any of the badge, you can simply click on the badge. It will show you a small box and it will show off your achievements. So if you want to view the certificate, you can simply view the certificate and you can download it. You can share it on the social media, maybe on the Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and you can easily share your badges and certificates that now you are a member of educator community and you are a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator. So I'll give you promo code and then you all will become a certified educators, and after that you can start your journey. So these kind of learning packs are already available, which I have just elaborated you. That teachers training pack is already available. And yes, this is a part of the presentation only. When you want to present anything, any topic, the teacher training packs are really available. And teacher training packs are a comprehensive and adaptable training curriculum. They always include everything which is needed to facilitate an in-person training for educators and schools and universities and colleges. This includes handouts, presentations plan, draft of an email communication, and graphic aids also for the training participants. So yes, it is really difficult for everyone to create training materials before delivery, before doing a session or before deliver a session, right? But yes, it will give you it will give you a place wherein you will get all kind of stuff for you and for the deploying or for the delivering your technology. So in Microsoft community, there are few things which are really, really important, like what all things are there. So in the Skype in the classroom activities, There are few things which are really available over here, like guest speakers are there. You can go to the you go to this space, go to this Skype in the classroom activities, and you can always do the virtual field trips. You can always look into the classroom mystery Skype sessions. You can always do the collaborative projects with your students and with some other country also. And yes, ample amount of resources are available over here. So if you want to know more about the Skype in the classroom, so there is a link which is already given on the slide, which is skypeintheclassroom.com. So you can always go and deep dive into this. You can once you are the part of this community, you can always be a part of this Skype in the classroom sessions also. If you want to be a guest speaker, you have to create your lesson, you have to create your profile, that what kind of subject you want to teach, whether you want to teach educators or you want to teach students, or what is the age for criteria for the students. So you can just choose each and everything, and you can be the guest speaker. You have to share your Skype profile before be a part of the Skype in the classroom. And once you have the Skype profile with you, you can always integrate over here in Skype in the classroom sessions, and people will connect you from across the globe. People will try to find out you. People want your sessions, and people will ask for you as a guest speaker, and you can be there and you can take your sessions. Right. There are levels. Okay, so there are labels also. So there are potential benefits that really being involved in the MI program. So just give me a moment. So there are many steps which you can do, which you can do in Microsoft Educator Community. So just give me a moment. I hope you are going through the slide. What is written on the slide, because I'm not going to read all these things. So till that time, you just read out the slides, like what all steps are there. So I'll quickly explain you what all things are there, why these badges are there. Let me quickly unmute myself, and I'm going to explain you what all things are really there. So once you are a part of this community and you become a certified MIE, what you can do? You will get 1000 points with the help of achievement code, which I am providing to all of you, right? And I hope you have gone through the email which you have received, that there is a prerequisite for this Microsoft Innovative Educator. Like there is a prerequisite to become a part of this community. You should have your Outlook IDs, right? So Microsoft says that that you should have a Microsoft account only. And once you have the Microsoft account, you will be able to be there, be a part of this community. And once you are there, a part of this community, you have to do some courses because your points are 0, right? Once you join this community, your points will be 0. You have to increase your points, right? So you have already done this series of webinar. We are providing you a link, a code which you can redeem it, which you can redeem it into the educator community. And after that, you will be getting 1000 points to earn your certificate. So that's why it is written over here that after getting 1000 points, you can earn your certificate and you will be known as certified Microsoft Innovative Educator. So once you are having 1000 points in your kitty, in your profile, you will be able to be a certified MI. After that, you can start your journey. You can do different courses which are already there, which is related to you specifically as an educator, as a part of a university lecturer. You can do all the courses. Now you can always do in-house trainings, right? So when you are doing in-house trainings, it is really important to track those trainings. I hope none of you are tracking those trainings because you are just taking the trainings and you are nowhere, saving those trainings or mentioning those trainings over there. So what you can do when you are doing the in-house trainings, you can always track them somewhere. So there is a site wherein you can join as an individual trainer, and once you train 100 educators and once they redeem your code, you will be known as Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer. After that, if you trained more than 400 people and you have done so many courses, then you will be able to get the MIE certificate, that is Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert Certificate. And yes, you can always apply for the same. From around the globe, people are applying for the MIEE, which is Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, right? And as you become the skilled at integrating technology into the classroom, you can nominate yourself for this program. And this is a really wonderful program. So lines are open right now. And 15th of July is the last date to be a part of this MIEE, which is the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, right? Every year, Microsoft has opened the lines from 1st of June to 15th of July. Yes. So it's an ample amount of time for the educators to enroll themselves and to nominate themselves that they are the MIs and they are the ones who have integrated technology into their classrooms, and they have used or they have used different kind of tools while teaching their students, right? So this is the best way I think we can do that. Many of you can at least start your journey by becoming a certified MIE and then go for the MIE trainer. And yes, after that, you can always achieve the MIEE, which is Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. So I'm moving to my next slide because 15th of July is really, we cannot achieve. If you just start your journey, you have to go a long way and then you can achieve all those levels which are already given over here. Moving to my next slide. Okay, great. So there are some resources are also available. So I request all of you to please go through with these resources. Maybe what I can do, I can even write it down in the chat window, or maybe I can, you can just take a screenshot of this. Okay, moving to my next slide. These are more links which are already provided to you. support.office.com/education, education.microsoft.com. So with the help of education.microsoft.com, you can be a part of Microsoft Educator community. And for that, you have to create your ID on outlook.com. That is a Microsoft ID only, right? If you don't have an Outlook ID, you can always create your Outlook ID by just clicking on the browser and type in outlook.com. And once you have the ID, you can always sign in into this community, right? Okay, moving to my next slide. Okay, so we are there at the end of the presentation. So now floor is open for everyone to ask their questions. If you have any questions, you can always ask, and I'll look into the chat window if you have any questions. Just a minute. Okay, so I request if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Kalpana this side. I'm an educator and I want to know if I have to create a team for the class only, for my own class, and I want the teachers to be there as a presenter who are teaching and the students to be there as an attendee. Can you please tell how can I create a team so that whenever the teachers entered in the class, they are there as a presenter, so they can share the slide and whatever they want to share it, and the students there as an attendee.
Okay, so see, anyone can create a team. Let's suppose if you have created a team and if you have added students and teachers as a part of your team, before taking any of the class, you have to schedule that class, right?
Agree.
And while scheduling that class, you have to choose the specific class, specific channel, the related subject, right, which teachers are going to take, and make them as a presenter in the meeting. So I recommend that whosoever is the subject teacher, they can schedule their meetings, they can schedule their classes in the respective channels, and they can easily take their classes and they can present their screen.
Madam, I am doing in the same manner, but as we are creating it, the meeting, or we are scheduling the meeting, when the students are also joining, what I observe, they are also joining as a presenter. That is the problem which I am facing right now.
Okay. So I hope I have already covered this. You have to go to the meeting options to do some, to manage the permissions. You have to go to the meeting options.
Okay.
And then you can set yourself as in who can present your screen. So you are the only person who is going to present your screen.
Okay.
Right. I have covered that part in my presentation.
Yeah, I checked it. I saw it, but a little bit confusion was there.
No,
That's
okay.
the reason I am asking the question.
It is okay. You have to always go to the meeting options to manage permissions for the owners and for the attendees.
Okay.
Madam, good evening. This is Lakshman Rao from Hyderabad.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I have basic questions. Maybe everybody must be feeling this. Now, can we use this in place of webinar? First thing. Second thing, you said turn it. Is it part of the team or have you to buy ourselves and then it can be linked? Is it part of the team software or we have to buy and then link? Then the third is, sorry, you can tell me and then I'll.
Okay. So first question, can you please repeat it?
Madam, can we use this in place of a webinar, with a facility like linking to Facebook and YouTube?
So you can do the live event. You can schedule event and you can do the live event.
And so can we link it to YouTube and Facebook also? Because they have a facility that, do we have that facility here?
So you cannot link that, but yes, you can integrate YouTube or Facebook into your Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
Integration is possible, sir.
And you said 300 members, 250 became 300. If you want more, what do we do? No possibility.
So then you have to perform a live event.
Live event only, madam. I'm talking about live event only.
So live event limit is 10,000.
10,000?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. I mean, just like a webinar is a live event, am I right?
Sir, webinar depends like how you are scheduling it. If you are scheduling it for the small audience, You can always simply schedule the event. And if you are doing it for the larger audience, you can always do the live event.
Okay. Then you said Turnitin can be used to check plagiarism, madam.
Yeah.
Is it a part of the team software, or if we have and then you can link it?
So it is a separate software. It is provided by an external company. If your organization, if your institution has already purchased Turnitin, you can integrate Turnitin in Microsoft Teams.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, because it's expensive also. Unless we buy it, if we buy it, we can link it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's really great, Then another one is teacher training classes. Where do we get? How do we enroll, and how long does it take? Because you'll be surprised to know I am a 71 years old retired professor. I'm tempted to learn this,
Okay, great that you have a passion to learn.
Yes.
So I am just writing into the chat window. This is the link, education.microsoft.com. Right.
Okay.
You can enroll yourself over here, but for that you have your Outlook ID, which you can create it to outlook.com.
I have.
If you have that, you can simply log in through that email ID, and you will be a part of this. And when you will join, when you will come in the next virtual summit series part 2, I will be able to give you the achievement code, through which you will be able to redeem that code and getting 1000 points into your profile, into your kitty. And you will be known as certified MIE, and you can always circulate, or you can always, circulate it onto the social media.
So it will be a sort of a few days training, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or you just give the literature?
So it is a 2 days training also. It is a 4 hours training also. It is 3 days training also. So different kind of trainings are there available in this education community.
Okay, so I must go there and then look into that, and then choose whatever I want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I also appreciate, madam, a lot of 256 applications are linked with this, and I really admire the Microsoft for such a wonderful software, madam. Because there may be other questions. I have a lot of questions, but let others ask, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a question. You have just told about the attendance option also. So can you just tell us once again, if you don't mind?
Okay, fine. When you see the toolbar and on your screen, if you are using Microsoft Teams, there is a toolbar available on your screen. And when you will click on the People's pane, you will find there is a small icon available on the top right corner, which says download. Right. So once you click on the download option, you will be able to download the attendance sheet for your class, for your meeting attendees. And it will be there on the files tab only, which is available on the left navigation pane, and you will be able to get it in the
Excuse me, ma'am. Will this attendance be with us for a longer period of time, or do we have to? Once we have downloaded the attendance, then do we have to copy it then only, or we can consult it afterwards? Means how long it will be with us?
You are asking me number of attendees?
Yeah, for the attendance part, as sir has just asked you. The same question I'm asking. Suppose we have downloaded the attendance. So it will be with us in our files?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is with you only.
Okay.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have one question.
Yeah.
But suppose if I am taking a practical of class and in which I have told the students to make a file in Scratch. And I want that 200 students to upload that file on MS Teams. How will they do that?
Can you please repeat your question once again, ma'am?
I'm a computer teacher, okay, and I have to take the practicals. Okay, I have asked the students to make a file in Scratch. Okay, they are doing at their home places. So they have to show me their files. Suppose I am taking a test within a period of 4 to 5 p.m. I have given them 1 hour test in which I have given them some task to do, and after doing that test, they have to give me that file.
Okay.
So how they will add that file in MS Teams?
Ma'am, what you can do with the help of Microsoft Forms, you can ask them to upload their files in the PDF format. I hope you are using Microsoft Forms also, and you have seen there is an option which allow you to
upload. Be a PDF file.
Pardon?
It will not be a PDF file. It can be a video also.
Yeah. Video is available. That can upload your video also, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes.
Madam, I am DD. So just I am gone through that. There is 3 courses. You mentioned that MI educator, trainer, and expert. What
Yes,
is the benefit of these courses?
So when you are a part of this community, people will get to know about you, right? When you really want to be a guest speaker, or when you really wanted to do collaborative projects with other students who are sitting somewhere in another country, so at that moment they will ask you that what is your designation, and then you can say that you are the certified MI. So the first step is the certified MI. After getting 1000 points, you will be known as certified MI. After that, you start your journey by becoming a Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer. You have to train 100 people, and then you can track those trainings somewhere, and then you will be titled as a MI trainer. Once you are an MI trainer, you can always nominate yourself for the MIEE. So Microsoft, once you become the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, you will be known as a valuable person in your country, and people will approach you. Even Microsoft may be approaching you to come for a specific session on their different kind of programs which they are taking places in India only. And it is a wonderful part, it is a really wonderful thing to be a part of that particular event. And Microsoft will take care of each and everything. If they will call you, they will bear each and everything for your stay and for your travel also.
Very good. Thank you so much. So, is there any career perspective for freshers? Suppose that LIS professionals, is there any career perspectives in that with this training?
Yes, sir. See, you can see there are many people who are always running after the technology, right? So I think this is the best place, because people always go for the different websites like Udemy, and there are different LinkedIn learnings are there. So there are different places wherein they can get and they can earn. They are the self-paced learning places. So with the help of this also, they will be able to get connected with the latest technology which Microsoft is providing. And I hope everyone knows that every day technology is changing. So if you really wanted to be connected with the latest technology, I think this is the best way, and this is the best, path to choose as a career also.
Thank you.
Madam, there are so many programs are there. It may be difficult for us to choose. Why don't you guide us to start, where to end?
So don't worry, sir. I will guide you, sir.
I opened the website and I found lots of the programs.
Lots of options, sir. Yes, sir. So don't worry, I'll guide you.
Thank you.
So I'm going through the chat window, and I think I have covered many of the things. Someone has written, I have Hotmail account. Yes, Hotmail account will work.
Madam, this Microsoft 365 is free to download?
No, sir.
Okay. How much you have to pay for that? You have any idea about it?
So it is available on the Microsoft website only.
Oh, okay. So we can't download on our through the Edge. No.
No, sir. Pricings are available.
Okay.
So that means being a teacher, definitely I'll be buying this package. But what about the students? Even student will be using. So do they have to pay? And what about if they have a Gmail account?
Ma'am, if your school has already purchased the licenses for Office Pro Plus and Office 365, your school will be getting email IDs for each and everyone, whether you are a part of your school, like whether you are a teacher or you are a student, right? So student will need not to purchase individually. If they are a part of your school, they will be automatically getting email IDs and all the Office 365 platform.
Okay, actually, I think for personal use only, I had paid myself only and bought it for my laptop. So, how I can use it for my teaching? And can I enroll students?
Ma'am, no, because it is a paid license, and if your educational institute has purchased that, then only you can use it for your students also, because everyone is having a unique email ID through which they are getting connected with each other.
Okay.
Madam, this program is also, we have to buy the program, this one, team.
Yes, sir.
Team software. How much it costs, madam? Can you tell us, please?
So no idea, sir. Everything is visible on the Microsoft's website.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I think I have almost covered many of the questions which are already there on the chat window. Okay. Okay, fine. So I have already covered. I hope you will be ready for the next session also, because in the very next session, I'm going to give you the achievement code wherein you can redeem the code and you will get 1000 points into your kitty, and you will be known as the certified Microsoft Innovative Educators, and you can always post that certificate onto the social media. There is a new message also. Yeah, please share the recording video of this session. Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, and thank you very much for joining this session. Thanks a lot. And for the next sessions, we are going to tell you about when it will be and at what time, at what date, and what all topics we are going to cover.
Madam, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Are we able to get the certificate for this webinar also, which we are attended just now? We basically.
Yes, ma'am. If you have already selected yes, you will be.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Shantanu sir is already there. I think he also want to come on to this. I think just a moment. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen.
Hello. Hello, everybody can hear me?
Yes, please.
There.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Lakshman Rao, for attending this event and asking some fundamental questions. I can imagine many of my friends are there. First of all, at the outset, let me apologize for this technical glitches. I mean, nothing was intentional, nothing was in our hand. We did a practice yesterday for doing it, how smoothly we can take it up, but unfortunately, in the last moment something happened and we could not do it. So I apologize it for undue delay. But one thing is for sure, I just want to share with all of you that during this pandemic situation, at least in TERI, we all of us are working from home, And because of this Microsoft team, there was a radical change in our work profile has taken place. Well, the productivity of the work has gone up, no doubt about it. We are working in a much more comfortable sitting, whatever way, whatever we can wear, whether in pajamas or in shorts or t-shirts, we can wear in relaxed mode. We can take sessions and all. But one of the fundamental thing is that this particular, this system was available with us for a very long time. But there, what has happened that we were never explored the such a powerful, the powerful, strong and effective, such kind of a system is available with all of us. We were not aware of it. So when we started working on it, it has given a dramatic change in our entire work profile and all. And many of our projects and other things, we are getting it accomplished. And one of the important thing why we started this with Microsoft certified trainer with Pranjali and his husband, Mr. Ajay Brahme, he is also there. He's a hardcore computer scientist. Why we have started this? Because in Microsoft, it has come up with Microsoft Office 365. It has got almost not less than 34 modules are there. And we have got an expertise on just on PowerPoint, on Excel, or maybe or Word, or one or two platforms which we are using, like Microsoft Office Teams we are using, or something other than. But there are certain platforms which have got a tremendous usage for such kind of, whether you are in a school, whether you are in a college, whether you are in a research institution, or you are in any academic organization or in any kind of organization. Without Microsoft Teams, such kind of thing, such kind of platforms, you won't be able to work in a remote way. One of the important components which we started recently working on was what we basically called is call it as Yammer. Yammer is a very, very powerful platform which we are using, and it has given a tremendous power to, it is basically a kind of an intra-organizational, it has an intra-organizational communication channel it opens up. So we are using Yammer, so we can like for example, if I have to talk to all my 21 members or 23 members in the library field, so I can talk to any one of them. And there is or I can create a one-to-one system also. That thing can also be created. That is number one. Second thing, that our entire knowledge management system which we have built up, it was built on SharePoint, Microsoft SharePoint. And now Microsoft has come up with another very big platform. In fact, the Microsoft SharePoint has come up with a very, very powerful platform which is coming up in a very big way, probably in the next coming series. We can talk about that also. I can show you also that how does it work, where they are using AI applications, where they are using a lot of cognitive technologies, where they are helping to create a very powerful knowledge management system on that aspect. And it is a very powerful thing they have already developed into it. Another important component is that if you want to measure the activity of XYZ in your organization, how much is performing, or suppose you have developed a portal and you want to see that how much that portal has created, how much that portal is working and all. So one of the major important component is that you can do it with the help of Power BI, because Power BI gives you a complete dashboard of the different analytics which comes out, and it collects the data from different sources. So you have the Power BI also. We are using a very strong Power BI in our knowledge management system, and it draws the data from different sources and brings us a complete dashboard onto that. Another component, there is a very powerful system which has come up now, which is linked with the Microsoft Office team, and probably Pranjali is going to talk in the subsequent session, which is basically called as Office Graph. Like for example, Professor Lakshman Rao is an authority in our subject area. I want to get connected to Professor Lakshman Rao, but Professor Lakshman Rao may get me connected on a very important aspect to some XYZ persons who is known to several persons in the different parts of the country, or maybe within Telangana or in Hyderabad or in maybe in other places. He can get me connected to that. So that kind of a network, a mesh, can easily be connected using a platform called Office Graph, and that can easily give you a kind of a mesh connectivity to connected millions of peoples, and it can also reach out. You can create a a channel from sharing the information from one person to another. That kind of a thing also can be done. There is a one more important component which very strongly I think Pranjali can add few words about that. That is very strong, which is called as Delve. Delve is a very powerful platform which creates a complete dashboard in front of your laptop. Who is connected with you? What area he is working on? Suppose, for example, I have got 9 projects. Now, out of 9 projects, maybe 6 projects are there. I am working as a team leader, so I am connected to my team. But in other projects, other 3 projects, I may not be a team leader, but I may be a team member. So how do I get connected to that? So a dashboard gives you a connectivity through your different platform, different media, and just it comes in front of you, and it gives you a complete structure of that. So Microsoft Office and there is another interesting component. I don't know. I think she has missed it. She has not covered it. One of the important very feature probably in the subsequent series she's going to discuss, which is called as Mentimeter. Now in the Mentimeter, suppose you have taken a question answer session, and there are several teachers were asking. I was very happy to understand that several teachers were asking the questions. Now when the teachers were asking the questions, suppose from one chapter they have already taught the students, and they want to create some questions from there. So immediately, if you just like Kaun Banega Crorepati, 4 options you give and you see the result then and there itself. So immediately you can create that and the entire result will be in front of you. The Mentimeter can give you a result in front of you then and there itself. So these are some of the very powerful work packages, collaborative packages, co-creative packages are there, and these are need of the hour as far as Education 4.0 is concerned in today's context. That is what I can say up till now. Over to Anjali.
Dr. Shantanu, congratulations, and I salute you for organizing such a wonderful program, useful for everybody, and I'm sure everybody is enthusiastic to learn and to get a certificate too. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Shantanu sir, for coming into this meeting and mentioning everything about Education 4.0. So maybe in the subsequent series of the virtual summit series, we will discuss about the Mentimeter, about the assessment tools, about the Office Delve and other applications which are there, which are really important for Office 365.
May I request, if Anand is there, if he can propose a vote of thanks? If nobody has any other questions, Anand, if you are there.
Thank you, sir. I'm audible?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Yeah, Anand, you are audible. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First of all, I'd apologize and give the very big thanks to all the participants, those who are till time, those who are attended the program, and those who are not able to attend the program. So I'm so sorry for the today program to everyone, but we'll manage in the future. And thank you so much, Pranjali Brahme, to conducting the program in a very wide manner, very elaborative manner. And thank you, Dr. Ganguly, our director, Dr. A.M. Siddiqui Saab, and Lakshman Rao ji, always there to bless us. He's the retired person, but you can see the enthusiasm of him. So thank you so much.
Yes, in fact, Anand, is Dr. D.D. Lal is also here. He also asked question.
Yes.
Dr. D.D. Lal, I'm sure he's still there.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. D.D. Lal from National Brain Research Center.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So thank you each and everyone.
IIM Lucknow, Kavita Chadda is also there. Yeah, a lot of people are there. A lot of my students are there. Good to see all of them.
So yes, so in future we do have another program on the 11th. So we will announce the timing and each and everything in detail, and we ensure that we don't have this kind of technical glitch in future. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Sir, hello sir.
Yes.
I have one question. What is the name of software used as whiteboard in laptop?
Pranjali, would you like to answer?
Yes. So whiteboard application is already inbuilt in Office 365. It is available in Office 365 only. So you can use whiteboard.
No, there is some separate one.
The application itself, the name of the application itself is whiteboard only. So you can use whiteboard application in Office 365, or if you want to use it in Microsoft Teams, you can use it in Microsoft Teams also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
I have one question.
Yes.
I cannot see the chat window here. What is wrong in my laptop? I cannot see the chat window. That's why I could not ask any question.
I'm really sorry. I really don't know why chat window is not visible. But yes, you can ask your question.
No, I just wanted to have that notification, this thing, code for earning the point, because I have this Microsoft 365 Windows for my office. So I have logged in through that window. So I can see all the features and other things which you are mentioning. But I could not, because since the chat window is not opening in my laptop, so how would I get that code for earning that 1000 points?
Ma'am, I have not given that code. In the next series, I'll give you that code and you.
Okay.
1000 points into your profile. Till that time, you can please create your account and you be a part of educator community.
Sure.
Well, Kavita is always very excited to have such kind of courses. She used to work with me. She's from IIM Lucknow, Noida campus. So Kavita, what you can do is basically we have built just given an awareness about different MI certification courses and all. We have not gone into the depth because as Dr. Lakshman Rao said that there are large number of courses. First of all, you have to be very selective that which are the courses basically aligns with your work. Then only you can, go for certain courses and all. Just for sake of doing it, it can't be done. But it has to be an implementable one in your Noida campus and all. So you have to choose it probably. And Pranjali is always available. So probably you can get Pranjali. Why don't you share your email ID so that people would be able to, have any queries they can write back to you and get some clarifications on that.
Sure, sir. I'm going to write it into the chat window only. Or I'm going to share the screen also. Just a minute. It is available on the screen. Pranjali@azcloud.in. So if you have any queries, you can always reach out to me on this email ID.
Could you please repeat, please? Could you repeat, please?
Pranjali, we can't see your screen. Can you please share it?
Okay, just a minute. I think I've stopped sharing my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Just a minute.
Yeah, please share it once again.
Yeah, sure. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible now.
Okay, great.
Yes. So whosoever is having any kind of questions, they can, certainly write it down and send it to Pranjali. So probably as per her convenience, she would be, because she is one of the hardcore trainer even from British Council also. So she's employed with the British Council, and also she takes her regular classes with the British Council. Am I right, Pranjali?
Yes, yes, sir, you are right.
Yeah, you are. She is one of the consultant to British High Commission for Microsoft products training, because she's a certified trainer from Microsoft. So whatever way she could help, I'm sure where she is very prompt, and she would be help on this particular thing. Mr. Brahme, would you like to say something? Mr. Brahme?
Yes, yeah.
Mr. Brahme is your other better half of Pranjali Brahme.
Thank you, sir. This session was very nice, and I hope everyone had enjoyed it and learned something out of it.
Yeah. So so whosoever has any queries, please write it to Pranjali, and she would be able to think. Yeah, Anand, please, all yours.
No, sir, with your permission, I just want to wind up this session here, because people are waiting from last 4:30. They are come to the platform, so it's almost 3 hours. So thank you each and everyone, and I hope we will join in the next session.
Yeah.
Okay, so I request Brahmeji to.
Anand,
yes,
please mention that we are going to share the recording also with everybody.
Definitely, that those who are the presented in this program, so we'll share the will provide the certificate, and as well as the recording of the program is definitely will give to all of them.
That's better. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So
thank you
each and everyone. Thank you, Brahmeji. I would request Brahmeji to end the this meeting and end this session, and we'll meet on the 11th. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Pranjali. Thank you, Mr. Ajay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Anand. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshman Rao.